All right, we can start. So, hi everyone.
Hi,
This is Lalu and this is
Lebo, and welcome to our
channel.
YouTube channel. Hey.
All right. Okay, let me start with the introduction. Something a short synopsis actually about us. So we're friends.
We'll tell you as time goes
As
by.
time
Keep
goes
watching.
on, yeah. So we're friends. We started a YouTube channel because we want to actually share and actually have a channel where there's like information going out, information coming in, where we can learn from you guys and you guys can learn from us. We have a lot in common. We're not only friends, but we're both mothers,
Yeah.
both working, young moms at that. So today, since it's Mother's Day,
We are going to do a Mother's Day edition. Okay, guys, please like,
subscribe.
Okay, yeah. Yes, as Lolu said, we are going to do a Mother's Day edition. Please don't judge us. This is our first video. So
Be kind.
yeah. So I got a few questions from people that we would answer from different perspectives as different people. And yeah. So the first question says, what are the things you liked from how your parents raised you that you'd like to repeat? Yeah, that you want to repeat.
Okay, for me, one thing that I like that my parents did is that I would like to repeat is the love that we received at home and the fact that my parents are very funny people as well. At home, my dad used to dance with us. He used to crack jokes, even from like a very young age. I've always known my dad to be a very funny person. Even my mom right now, I'm discovering that she's actually more funny than my dad is. So I know like most of the time people like saying that I'm not a serious person. It's because my personality, I deal with things, humor is the best way for me to deal with things and to deal with life.
Yeah.
So you actually don't even get anything from being too serious. I feel like it's not me. So I'd love for my household to be a household that is warm, that is loving, a household where people are guaranteed a smile when they come visit. And you?
Yeah, I think it's more or less the same. I think most families have love, man. My family is so loving. It's so fun to be home. It's warm. You know. I think it's what I'd like my
to carry
child.
on.
Yeah.
And that's the other thing about your family is that I legit, anyone that goes to Lebo's house will tell you about how loving her family is, her parents as well. Automatically they feel like mom and dad. So yeah, that is something to actually carry on.
Oh yeah, and being humble, man, guys. You know, from humble beginnings. If ever you make it in life, stay humble at all times. So yeah.
Next question.
What are some things that you absolutely do not want to repeat?
That my parents did.
Yeah.
I think, okay, so for me, my parents got divorced when I was 12.
Yeah.
So one mistake I would not want to repeat would be not to try again. Giving up too soon is something that I feel that I will never do in my household, even for my children. I'd want to fight for my family to stay together and hopefully have a partner that is willing to fight, that we share the same vision in terms of family. So I think also one thing I wouldn't repeat is being with someone that I am not, I don't want to say equally yoked, but someone that is not on the same level and doesn't want the same things that I want.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you?
I think with me, mostly what I always tell people is finances.
Yeah.
You know, they've had their mistakes when it comes to finances. Things happened. So from those mistakes, I think
You've learned.
Yeah, I've learned a lot from them and not to repeat what they did. And they've also told me where they went wrong finance-wise. So when you lose everything from like small things that you should have, even saving, so there's
those are things you take for granted.
So I think that's one thing. Finance wise, I'm very cautious because they told me and I've learned from whatever they went through.
Definitely.
So
next question.
How did your parents discipline you or your partner? Let's say you, we're talking about us now.
Me. My mom used to tell us that she'll never smack us. She only smacked us when it was bad. If I've I don't know, hakitulating too much. But it was never too much. But one thing that my mom used to do is talk to me, have that talk.
Or
give you that look.
The
look. Then I know, okay, no, I need to stop what I'm doing. So the one thing that my mom would do in terms of discipline is talk to you, and words for me are more painful than actually smacking me would. So there's some words that my mom has uttered more than 10 years ago that I'm still yo mama, so that's the one thing. What did your parents do to discipline?
My mom, I think my mom and my dad are two different people. My dad at all, and my mom, in order for you to be disciplined, my mom needs to smack you. So my mom used to, especially me and my brother, the two of us.
And it's always the thing with the last born, they'll always be lenient.
So nice.
They'll
so
always
nice
be lenient.
So my mom used to smack us, guys. I grew up being scared of my mother.
Really?
Yeah, I used to be scared when she gives me that look. I'm like, oh shit, I'm gonna get a whoop. So do you approve of
the way that she disciplined us? Yes, to a certain extent. I feel with discipline changes. How you discipline a child changes. For example, now with my 4-year-old, I feel because when you speak to her, she doesn't understand. So immediately, because I don't smack her at all, but the one time I do, then she knows that this was wrong. But obviously when she gets older, 16 and whatnot, I need to sit down with her and find other ways of disciplining her, taking her phone away, grounding her. I feel grounding actually does work, hey?
Grounding a child.
Alright, you need to behave in a certain way in order for you to get certain privileges.
I think so.
Immediately when you abuse your privileges, then they get taken away, So I feel it's a good thing. You teach them every action has a reaction. You can't do certain things and not expect to be punished. Yeah. And you?
With me, I think it was right back then for them to we used to listen. But then banaba no privileges and stuff. I don't think it's good for you can just talk as young as the baby is. Okay, yes, you can here and there, but you can just talk to your child.
Exactly. Mine, she used to she thinks that I'm playing with her.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. The times are changing. It was fine back then, not now. Now you can just talk. But one day
they'll understand.
One day.
Yeah, there's that one day, definitely.
You must whip their ass. And then what are your values as a parent?
My values as a parent. I don't know. When it comes to my values, let me ask you, what are your values?
I'm trying to hear you.
My values as a parent would be, number one, love. My kids need to grow up in a place where they are receiving love and where they are taught how to give and receive love. Discipline as well is very important, because if you can't be disciplined in your home, how are you expected to be disciplined outside? So I'd really like to be a person that enforces discipline and obedience as well. And actually number one value, Papa Godzo. I need to have, yes, my kids need to grow up in a God-fearing home.
Yeah.
They need to know how God is number one. Everything, then there's love, then there's discipline, you know. So I want my kids to grow up morally sharp and to be humble as well. Yeah. And you?
I think with me, first of all, yes, it's loving God. And secondly, I think most people banning babona, like guys, especially as a black culture, we lack honesty. Honesty hurts people. You can't say no because I can't say I don't want to do it. I need to explain to you why I don't want to do it, and I need to spice it up. You know? So I think honesty, being obedient, and humble, man, and like how long I just want Mwana to be you in every way. If you Mwana agatam really gold or whatever, just be you. Just don't shy away from
allow
being
your child
you.
to be who they are.
So I think that's the other thing I noticed. When my sister was growing up, my sister loved fashion, and my mom used to be like, "You can't wear this. You can't go out. Allow Mwana hore abe you know." And then
I think like when it comes to the whole thing, raising a kid, I remember with my mom, she used to say, my younger sister, that the one thing that I love about her, that would be my mom, she'd say her that when Babala's in the house, she is loud and crazy, and you think she's ill-disciplined, but immediately when she goes outside, she's a very quiet child, you know. So I think it's very important to teach children how to behave properly. It's good to always have a good report and honesty as well. When I'm growing up, because my parents were divorced, my dad automatically he would think whereas with a child doesn't understand where you speak and sit down with a child and you speak to them about your child. Okay, it's not every time where I can buy you this and that. Okay, let's just do this. Let's, on special occasions, I'll take you to wherever. But other times, I just want to see you because I miss you. You know, that would have, that would have saved a whole lot of fights, because we ended up thinking that my dad doesn't want to see us. And I don't know how we monite anymore. Whereas if he was honest, like you're saying, it's important to raise a child also with honesty. It's important to have honesty as well.
Okay. And how does it feel being a young mom?
For me, to be honest, guys, it's the best. I don't want to lie, because the one thing about being a young mom, anatomically speaking, whatever the word is, I feel like your body is ready. I had mine when I was 21, so I was still very young, still living the life, you know. But because I don't know, immediately when I found out that I was pregnant, I was like, oh, this is a chance at like unconditional love, blah, blah, blah. And it actually made my life better. I became more grounded, more focused, and hormonal, because your body snaps back quickly. It snaps back very quickly. So actually, we were talking about it earlier on her. Now I think by the time I'm 30 something, early 30s, I want to be done. I don't want to struggle at the baby weights because now my body's tired or anything like that. But it's a beautiful thing, and it's something that I feel in the black culture, it's very like people shun you, and it's shameful to have a child at a young age, but
especially if you're not married.
And sometimes the thing, we have to accept sometimes you have a child but you don't want to get married, or you know, so it wasn't easy at all being a black girl. It wasn't easy at all, but apart from that, it's a beautiful thing. I would do it again in a heartbeat. And then how is it for you?
For me, I think personally, yes, I wasn't ready to be a mom, but when I think of it, I think I did it at the right age.
Yes.
Because 30, remember I told you I wanted a baby when I was 30, but then 30 is too late. And my age, oh no, now when I think of it, firstborn, it's a bit too late. But
for your age, actually, yeah.
It's a bit too late, but guys, it's an amazing feeling. I think for every mom, regardless of the age, like having a baby, it's beautiful. But as a young mom, I think there's a lot of things we don't know, especially as a first time mom. So last but not least, what advice would you give to young moms?
I would say they should enjoy your pregnancy, enjoy your child. When I was pregnant, I didn't enjoy my pregnancy at all because I was so stressed. I had zero support. My mom was there, but at the same time, I was so ashamed of like what happened that I kept my distance from my mother. She would reach out, but because most of my pregnancy, I was at school. So next time I'm born. So yes, I would pick up, but most of the time I didn't want to engage with my family members because I was ashamed. I wouldn't embrace I don't know, the whole thing. I wasn't allowed to wear tight clothes. My mom, I would have to wear loose clothes and her jackets so that nobody could see that I'm pregnant. So I would say let it be about you and your baby only. If you want to wear tight things, wear them. If you want to apara di stomach out, apara girl. If you want a photo shoot, I couldn't. I was like in prison in my own body, you know. So it's something that's very difficult, and even now I feel like I want a baby so bad, just so that I could experience the pregnancy. So that would be my advice, to enjoy it and to be prayerful during your pregnancy. You need to be
so much
you
much. A lot is happening there. A lot.
And you?
With me, I'd say, though most of young moms have unplanned pregnancies, but as soon as you get pregnant, be ready. Body-wise, emotionally, because stressing won't change anything. You're already
even the ones that did abort, but like let's all embrace each other as well. We'll talk about that actually on
other videos.
We'll actually get into the whole pregnancy thing, finding out that you're pregnant, having the option of aborting as well. Why not abortion? Why not keep the baby? I don't know, but we're definitely going to get into depth and speak about it because we need to love and embrace each other as women, abortion or no abortion, you know.
But the thing is that when you're pregnant, you've got an option, but you're like, you know what, I love this thing. That's in me, let me keep it. You know, as hard as it is.
And it's actually very difficult, guys. It is. Like, being a mom is not easy.
You need all the emotional support from your parents, from your friends. And that's all for today, guys.
Thank you so much, guys. Subscribe, like, share.
Bye.
Bye.